Can a roller coaster slash theme park enthusiast like me, or possibly you, go on a normal vacation? Is it possible? I guess we're just gonna have to watch to find out. The beach! I get it. Life's the beach. Specifically, Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, home to lots of mini golf courses. Myrtle Beach is a vacation destination for many. It's one of the most popular places to be visited in America every year. They're also one of the most touristy, trappy towns in all of America, but again, aren't they all? But enough of that. Today, I'm going to be attempting a challenge that no other theme park or roller coaster enthusiast has ever attempted before. And that challenge being, can a roller coaster slash theme park enthusiast like myself go on a normal vacation to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina without going to an amusement park? I know this challenge can sound crazy, unheard of, absurd, impossible to be done by someone in this community like you and me. But I'm taking one for the team. For the enthusiast. I'm going to see if this foolish idea is even remotely possible to be done by someone like you and me. If this is the last video I ever post, it probably means I didn't make it. Behold, packing the car. An acquired skill that takes a lot of effort and perseverance. If you don't have the right mindset, it can go wrong real quick. Packing the car before you leave can be a huge time saver, allowing you to get up and out of the door earlier. This time saver can be a difference between getting stuck in traffic or not. It takes a lot of skill and effort to pull off. But if done right, it can be a huge benefit. The work was so grueling I had to go take a walk, clear my head, clear my thoughts, prepare for the challenge I was about to endure. The only thing I could think about is that when I come back from this vacation, would I be victorious or would I have failed the coaster community? Only time could tell. I couldn't run from my problems forever. I had to come back, finish what I started, making sure that the car was completely packed. After a lot of hard work and dedication, we finally completed it. The car was packed. It was now time to pack for myself. Phone chargers, computers, you name it, I had it. But absolutely nothing would prepare me for the days I had ahead of me. At last, it was a new day, full of excitement, adventure, and endless possibilities. Before we started the trip, we had to go to our grandma's house and drop the dogs off. Shout out to my grandma for complimentary dog service. After coming back home, we grabbed the last few items that we needed to bring with us. Goodbye room where I'm currently recording this audio clip, you will be missed. Took one final look at the house, got in the car, and started driving. I know, who could have thought? But there we were, driving through the open fields of Indiana. There was nothing to look at except the car in front of you. Keep your eyes on the road safety first. But anyways, after some time, we made it to this awesome rest stop. My favorite part was this very faded Mountain Dew bottle. Also, while I was filming that clip, this random guy was just looking at me through his car. This place also had a pretty awesome picnic bench. It was a concrete block. However, it was my turn next to drive the car, so I didn't get to film and drive. Although it would have been pretty cool to do so, I was too busy listening to my jams. After successfully not crashing the car, I finally made it to this cookout, which definitely used to be a Hardee's or Bojangles because of these stars engraved on the building. While eating these awesome chicken tenders, I was reminded of the sign posted on the side of the building saying they had 40+ shakes available. So I went with the best option they had, which was vanilla. Driving through the bluegrass state of Kentucky, it had much better scenery than the Hoosier state did. I mean, this one had a plane flying through the air, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then West Virginia one-upped it with some awesome views of mountains, and I was like, wow, that's even cooler. Normal Virginia had a tunnel. After encountering some rain and some traffic later on, we finally made it to our hotel where we would stop for the night. Back on the road again for day 2, who could have guessed? At this point in time, we were only about an hour away from our final destination. We were stoked, excited, thrilled. Everything was going smoothly until we came across something very odd, strange. We didn't know how to react. We came across these billboards that said Pirates Voyage, Dinner and Show. We didn't think much of it until we saw a second one directly after the first one. They just kept coming. There was 4 in a row at one point. Just Pirates Voyage, Dinner and Show everywhere you looked. You could not avoid these billboards. They were on the right, they were on the left. Everywhere you looked, Pirates Voyage, Dinner and Show. Was this it? Was the world over? A society taken over by Pirates Voyage, Dinner and Show? We had 49 minutes left until we made it to our final destination. Would we be able to make it? Or would the pirates of Pirates Voyage, Dinner and Show take us down? Good news is that the billboards finally went away, so we were all safe and sound. Cruising away as we listened to Jimmy Buffett and the Beach Boys sing their songs. And from the words of 2 talking mice from that one attraction at Disney's Hollywood Studios, nothing could stop us now. The more we drove, the closer we got to Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, now only 29 minutes away. As we were driving, the sky was turning more and more blue, meaning we were getting getting closer to the ocean. And according to this billboard, we were only half a mile away from Myrtle Beach. We took the exit and soon we were on a road called King's Road. I wish it was King's Island or King's Dominion, but hey, you get what you get. You can tell that you finally made it to Myrtle Beach because we were greeted with weird roadside attractions like Rainbow Falls mini golf, tropical beach stores called Eagles and Barisa, and holy crap, that's a giant crab! Oh my god, a credit. Eventually we kept making our way down the strip, passing more mini golf courses, making a left-hand turn here as we slowly got closer and closer to our final destination. It was here where we finally saw the ocean for the first time. I know, very riveting. At the end of the road there was a bunch of seaside resorts lined up against one another. As we made one final turn, we finally made it to our final destination. As I took my first steps out of the car, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The Willow Bay Resort. After unpacking the car, we decided to chill around for a bit after all the driving we just did. Has a pretty cool pool area, intricate hallway design, and a pretty awesome lobby area. Luckily, our room was only on the second floor, so it never really was far away. When you entered the room, you were greeted with a hallway with rooms on the left of you. Down the hallway was the kitchen, living room, and at the end of the living room was the balcony to the outside world. Down below in the courtyard area, there were some cool poolside games like ping pong and Connect 4. However, it wasn't too long until we got back in the car and off we went, going to see what Myrtle Beach, South Carolina had to offer. Eventually, we ended up at a place called Barefoot Landing, which is an outdoor shopping mall. While we were trying to find a parking spot, we saw a Cybertruck for the very first time, which was pretty cool. We also have some other families staying with us here at Myrtle Beach, and we both decided to go to the same place for dinner. A place called Lulu's, which is a restaurant here at Barefoot Landing. As we were waiting for a table, I decided to go into their gift shop. I originally thought these were vapes, but after further investigation, it turns out that they're not. They also had shirts and hats that said Crazy Sista on it. I thought it was a good fit for me. Eventually our table was ready, so we went in. Unfortunately, we got sat right where the sun was shining in our eyes, but that was okay. As long as I had this sweet tea right here, I was all good. I got this fish thing and it was pretty good, so I ate all of it. After we all finished eating dinner, we all started walking around Barefoot Landing, and it's honestly a really cool place to be. And Anna and Spider-Man were here as well, I guess. We went into a store that sold a lot of Hey Dudes. That was pretty awesome. There was also an alligator just chilling in the water right here. $10 and I'll jump in. There was also different themed areas to the shopping mall. This part here was themed to a boatside port and it was pretty cool. Eventually, after some more walking around, we finally went back to our car where we drive back to the condo and go to bed. The next day, some of us got up early and walked down to Starbucks. And conveniently, it's not too far of a walk from where we're staying. Normally, I never go to Starbucks, so I had no idea what I was going to get, but thanks to the mobile app and my cousin, I got a drink that was pretty good. Walking back to the condo, I realized how pretty of a day it was actually outside, and the sights, sounds, and smell of the ocean just made it that much better. Walking out to the ocean for the first time was pretty cool. It reminded me of that one song from Moana on how far the ocean goes. Although the ocean was pretty cold, it's always fun being out here. Although there is no coaster credits out here, that wasn't that big of a problem. I was able to actually have a good time. We spent a good part of the day going between the courtyard / pool area and the ocean, just having a good time. Later in the day, we went to go visit some of those local beach stores just to wander around in. Inside these stores were an unbelievable amount of beach towels and clothing, and if you'd like, you can buy a crab. We went to another beach store and they basically sold the exact same things. And now you'll never guess where we went next. We went to Pirates Voyage Dinner and Show. Before you even enter the place, you can see how much detail and theming this place has. And the front of the building is just even better. My favorite part about the building is the cannonball that got fired into it. And inside the building is just even better. I was amazed on how much detail was in this one room alone. It actually felt like I was in line for Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney. Going upstairs to the upper deck is where we waited until they opened the doors to the arena. They even had a pre-show where this pirate guy did some pretty cool tricks. Eventually they opened the doors to the arena, and I would have to say this is probably the best set design I've ever seen for a show. It's actually pretty awesome. It has awesome special effects, pyrotechnics, and an unbelievable score that was written by Dolly Parton. Like any attraction, at the end you're dumped into the gift shop where Pirates Voyage Dinner and Show got my wallet, and I ended up buying this sword. However, on our way back, I got a text from my cousin saying that he bought something for me. One of the best things money can buy. I put it in a fantastic spot for everyone to see. Literally everyone. Then we all ended up going out to the beach one more time before going to bed for the night. The next day, me and my mom got up early and went down the road to Krispy Kreme. Inside the building, you can take some hats, so I gladly took one. We took them back to the condo and then we all ate some. There wasn't much beach activity today because there were some storms brewing. Slowly, but surely. We ended up cooking some hot dogs and just chilling out. Cornhole may not be my strong suit, but throwing axes at dartboards sure is. Later in the day, we took off and went to a place called Broadway at the beach, which is basically a bigger and better version of Barefoot Landing. But I was only here for one reason, and that was because of Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. And this one right here is probably my favorite Margaritaville location. The whole thing starts with this giant spinning hurricane attached to the ceiling. Soon the hurricane starts spinning faster and faster, and the TV displays a warning saying hurricane party is imminent, hold on to your margaritas. Then the local news turns on, and instead of them guiding you to safety and shelter from the hurricane, they tell you to hold on to your margaritas and keep your fins dry. All of a sudden, a giant bottle of tequila comes from the hurricane and pours into a blender, making the perfect margarita. In remembrance of Jimmy, I bought this hat because it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. This place is full of a lot of cool things like this upside down building, this orange cat, people ziplining, and Tom Holland again. At the end, I ended up buying 2 ring for sex bells, one for my cousin and one for my uncle. The next day, some of us ended up going to Topgolf, which is one of the best places ever known to man. I'm a fan of golfing, so I really enjoy Topgolf because I like it. But even if you know nothing about golfing, you can still have a good time here at Topgolf. For the majority of the day, we ended up staying at the condo, going to the beach, and staying at the courtyard. However, we did decide to break the rules a bit and go to the neighboring resort called the Ocean Reef and use their amenities like their pool and water slide. In no ways are you allowed to do this, but it's just so incredibly easy to walk over there and pretend that you're actually staying there. For the rest of the night, we ended up just staying here, having a good time. On to the next day. On this day, I got up earlier and went to the beach, and this was by far the most beautiful day on the beach ever. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it was just pretty awesome looking. I then played a game of Golf Clash on my phone where I hit this awesome hole-in-one on the shootout.
Perfect shot!
Later in the day, my aunt and uncle took me to the seafood buffet restaurant. Unfortunately, I didn't really film any video of it, so moving on. After that, we ended up going to a place called Broadway Grand Prix, which was a place that had a bunch of different go-kart tracks. And this was one of the best places I went to on this entire trip. It was just a ton of fun doing all these go-kart tracks together for a few hours. When we got back to the condo, we decided to light some fireworks off on the beach. Not the smartest thing to do, but don't worry, there's no sea turtles at Myrtle Beach. And we tried our best hiding the fireworks just in case the cops were gonna get us. This was a lot of fun to do, even though dying was in the possibility. Welcome to the next day. Once again, we were back at it at Krispy Kreme because we wanted to get some Freedom Donuts. Because today was the 4th of July. During around 1 o'clock, they had a bunch of planes do a flyover over the beach, which was pretty awesome. We spent most of the day staying at the beach while going over to the Ocean Reef. Again, shout out to the Ocean Reef for making it so easy just to wander over there. Soon, the sun started to go down, and that only means one thing. What am I doing with my life? Since it was the 4th of July, everyone was out here on the beach lighting fireworks, so the chance of death is now higher than ever. Today was our last day here at the Willow Bay Resort, and we woke up to this horrible parking disaster. There was just cars parked everywhere. We ended up walking to Starbucks one more time for one more coffee concoction. I don't remember what I got, but I'm pretty sure it was cool, so 7 out of 10. On this day, the pool maintenance guy forgot to turn the water off before he left, so it ended up flooding everywhere. We went on this long walk on the beach where I didn't quite put enough sunscreen on, and you could definitely tell. For lunch, we went to a place called River City Cafe, which is conveniently located only 1 block after the Starbucks. Along with your food, they give you free peanuts to eat, which is pretty awesome, by the way. For the rest of the day, we ended up just enjoying our time at the beach for one last time. We paid a visit to the Ocean Reef for one final time before getting some food and ending the night, proving to all the coaster enthusiasts in the world that going on a normal vacation is possible. Just kidding, I was lying to you the whole time. We went to Carowinds on our way down there.